it's believed that you'll be able to just put a satellite dish on your RV and get internet anywhere. What was that?
That was a branch. There are mountain lions
Yeah.
sighted. They've been sighted out here, so I'm a little
Yeah, we just
paranoid.
came up here. We saw a little sign that said, "Caution, attention, mountain lions spotted in the area." I'm Dan, the ex-trucker. That's my wife, Rebecca, and our son, Nick. Together, we make up Grits and Glamour. In 2016, we decided to sell everything we owned. We bought an RV, and we hit the road. Watch out, world, here we come. Follow along on our adventures, because you never know where this road of life is going to take us. There's always going to be speed bumps in the road, but we just got to keep on trucking and living life on our terms. Thanks for coming along. All right. Ready?
I guess.
Now we're gonna...
What the hell is a solar generator?
All right, here we go. Welcome back to another episode of G&G.
Not so loud. Everybody can hear you.
Welcome back to another episode of G&G. Glad y'all could come along. I'm out of breath because I had to run over here real quick. Anyways, you can tell by the title, Rebecca and I have wanted to do this video for quite a while because we've been work camping for 4 years.
Something like that.
4 years, yeah. Actually 4 years this month. I think it was like March the 15th. So this year, this season will be our 4th work camping job when we find one. Speaking of which, this is what work camping is all about. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So I got a series of questions here. Okay. What is work camping? That's the first question. Do you want to take it?
Work camping is where you work at RV parks, state parks, national parks, farms, any place where you can park your RV and get your utilities included. Some include pay, some are voluntary positions.
Yeah,
Anything else to add?
The vast majority of them are in exchange for your RV site. We'll get into that later on as we go through this. Do we like work camping? I, for one, love it. When we hit the road, I had 2 requirements. One was I wanted to work camp, not only because it does help financially, but it keeps me occupied. And number 2, I had to be near a body of water, which almost all our work camping jobs now have put me right next to a body of water with great fishing. So, And you like it too?
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
Who is the average person that work camps? Well, I'd say 99% of people that work camp are either A, on disability and get a disability check, or B, retired. And the reason is because you really cannot make a real good living work camping. It's kind of like a side hustle for a lot of people. Like I said, the majority of them are just in exchange for your site and utilities and stuff. So naturally you have to have, an income coming in. There is a small percentage of people that, in fact, I think our first work camping job, Monday through Friday, he went to work all day and she stayed there. And then, of course, after he got off work, he would help her with the work camping duties and also on the weekends. If you can find those. That's the thing. You got to find work and you got to have a employer that will work with you on that kind of thing. Who shouldn't work camp? So what kind of traits and qualities do you think a person has that should not work camp?
If you don't like people, work camping is probably a terrible job for you.
Exactly.
You have to work among the population, among the people. Let me restart that. Work among people from all different walks of life that come in. A lot of times they're irritated. They've gotten off work.
All different cultures, all different languages. In fact, our first work camping job, we had Russian people, Chinese. We had pretty much every, I think Switzerland, everything.
Yes, Germany.
Yeah, you have to be a people person, and you have to have some kind of, I don't know what the term is.
People skills.
Yeah, that would be it, people skills. Okay, how much do you get paid work camping? One of the most important questions. Like I said, the majority of jobs are just going to be an exchange. Say, usually there'll be a set amount of hours. Usually, and we'll get into this further on when we tell you where we go to find jobs, what to look for. But usually your application is going to say, camp host, for example, camp host needed 32 hours a week per couple, and they'll list a series of duties in exchange for your RV site, electric. Sometimes they give you a propane allotment, sometimes they give you free laundry, that kind of thing. Now, I believe in Oregon, it is state law that you have to be paid, isn't it? Yeah, it's Oregon. I think Oregon is one of the few states that work camping, you're required to also pay somebody. It's just not an even skilled thing, even exchange deal. But you know, like I said, the majority of it's just an exchange for a certain set of work. Then you get your RV site and everything else and all that. And you know, there are other ones. I wouldn't say you're going to get rich. You're probably barely going to make it, because I have not seen very many that I think one person, two people could actually live off of. Do you?
The ones that do offer pay, it's usually during the camping season, which is through the summer months all the way to some is late October, but then they shut down. Yeah. They usually go around the minimum wage or a little bit more, and some of them will pay and then they'll deduct your spot.
Yeah, some of them are like that.
Or you have like 15 hours a week that are guaranteed for your spot, and then anything above it you get paid. Some places are year-round, like in Arizona, Texas, California, New Mexico,
Florida. Up here in Washington, extremely seasonal. We're talking like June through
October
at the latest. Usually when the kids go back to school and after Labor Day, it just drops off. Because then our monsoon season hits and it rains for 4 or 5 months straight.
But it keeps everything green, so that's okay.
Okay, so our last question for this video: what is one thing you would change about work camping? For me, I've seen a trend just in the 4 years we've been doing it. I don't know how long before that, but it was going on, but it seems to be getting worse. But I see a trend where employers see work campers as almost like free labor. Mm-hmm. They will give you a laundry list of things. There's little key phrases. They'll give you a list of duties, and then they'll have this little key phrase, or as needed. You really got to watch that one. Next thing you know, you're on call 24/7. And but I would say that I would wish there was some kind of legislation or something that would protect us. Well, truck drivers have been trying to unionize for 30 years and they haven't done it. So, but something legislation-wise that would protect work campers, to say that you can't make, even if it's an exchange deal worked out by the hour, you can't make less than minimum wage. And in the next video, we're going to get more into detail about where we go to look for jobs, you know, how much to expect, big red flags to avoid. I mean, there's some certain key phrases you'll see that's just like, oh no, we don't want to do there. Certain little tips and tricks about how, you know, when we actually research jobs. When we find something, we'll submit a resume and we'll go and we'll use Yelp and Google reviews and stuff like that, and make sure you're not getting into a bad deal, because the reviews on a campground tell a lot about what your job's going to be like.
I would add that our infrastructure when it comes to internet and cell service is not where it needs to be. You could find a great RV park, place, etc. to work at, but have no internet and no cell service. And you cannot live like that without a way to communicate way to get weather reports. Some places in the United States are prone to tornadoes. Some places are prone to winter storms.
So you're saying you would change that would have to be a requirement?
That I would hope in the next couple of years, especially after the pandemic, that there will be more internet service offered in more rural areas.
Like the Starlink. Hopefully Starlink will come up. Like I say, it's supposed to be the best thing since sliced bread once they all spread out. Right now it's in a grid network where you can only get that service within, I think someone tested, within 30 miles of your address. But as they spread out, it's believed that you'll be able to just put a satellite dish on your RV and get internet anywhere. What was that?
That was a branch. There are mountain lions
Yeah.
sighted. They've been sighted out here, so I'm a little
Yeah, we just
paranoid.
came up here. We saw a little sign that said, "Caution, attention, mountain lions spotted in the area." I'll show you that. But anyway, we hope you enjoyed the video. Sadly, only 3% of you that watch my videos or our videos are subscribed. So if you like this video, be sure and hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell notification for future videos. One other thing, this is part 1. We're going to do a part 2. Like I said earlier, we're going to go into more detail about you know, the ins and outs of work camping. Is that it? Well, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't done it already. Turn on the notification bell and be sure and drop us a comment. We respond to every comment, believe it or not. As always, we hope you have an awesome week. Be careful out there. And never forget that a chance not taken is an opportunity missed. We'll catch you next time.